Sea Haven was a town painted in hues of the ocean. Houses, weathered and worn, huddled together like seashells on the shore. The salty air carried the cries of gulls and the scent of brine. This was Chase's home, a place he knew like the back of his hand. Chase had grown up on the docks, his laughter echoing alongside the calls of fishermen hauling in their catch. He knew the rhythm of the sea, the whisper of the wind as it carried tales of faraway lands. Life in Sea Haven was simple, deeply intertwined with the ocean's generosity. Chase's father, a man with eyes as blue as the deep sea, had been a fisherman. His weathered hands, calloused and strong, had taught Chase the art of tying knots and casting a line. When his father passed, leaving Chase his beloved fishing boat, the Seafarer, it felt like inheriting a piece of his heart. The Seafarer was more than just a boat, it was a legacy. It held memories of sun-drenched days spent at sea with his father, the thrill of a good catch, and the quiet wisdom of the ocean waves. Chase vowed to honor his father's memory and continue the family tradition. The sea, however, had grown quiet. The once abundant fish seemed to have vanished, leaving behind empty nets and heavy hearts. Sea Haven, so reliant on the ocean's bounty, began to struggle. The laughter faded, replaced by a growing anxiety. Days turned into weeks, and the nets remained empty. Chase, despite his unwavering hope, felt a knot of worry tightening in his chest. The townspeople, their faces etched with concern, spoke in hushed tones about the future of Sea Haven. The sea, their provider, seemed to have turned its back on them. One morning, after a particularly disheartening night at sea, Chase trudged along the shore. The sun, a pale disk in the sky, offered little warmth. As he rounded a bend, he noticed something shimmering in the wet sand. It was a fish, unlike any he had seen before. Its scales shimmered like gold, and its fins seemed to ripple even though it lay motionless on the sand. As Chase drew closer, the fish opened its eyes, revealing orbs of the deepest sapphire. "Do not be afraid, young fisherman," the fish spoke, its voice a melody of the waves. "I am a creature of magic. I can grant you one wish, anything your heart desires." Chase's mind raced. He could wish for a mountain of gold, a palace fit for a king. Yet as he looked at the fish, its scales reflecting the troubled faces of his town, he knew what he had to do. "Grant that the sea may provide for Sea Haven again," Chase whispered, his voice filled with the fervent hope of his people. The fish nodded, its sapphire eyes filled with understanding. "So shall it be," it said, and with a flick of its tail it disappeared back into the vast expanse of the ocean. That afternoon, as Chase set sail on the Seafarer, a sense of anticipation hung in the air. As the sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Chase felt a tug on his line. He pulled, his muscles straining, and hauled in his net. It was overflowing, teeming with fish, more than he had seen in months.